Shifting to the cloud in K-12, lessons in disaster response, building resilience in government, and more. This is the brief for June 2020. Let's check out a few stories from the AWS Public Sector blog from June 2020. Let's check in with South Africa, where earlier this year, AWS launched the AWS Africa Cape Town region. The launch further expands on previous cloud opportunities, and people have since taken advantage of the tech to do some amazing things. In this blog post, we share stories from our public sector customers in South Africa, from tracking the evolution of COVID-19 to connecting citizens with government benefits. Organizations use the AWS Cloud to innovate and deliver on their missions. Are you a cloud champion? It's time to find out. We launched AWS Cloud Champion, an online gamified tutorial on working, teaching, and engaging remotely. Guided by an AWS avatar, you're taken through a 3D virtual learning experience. At a self-guided pace, you learn about AWS services to help enable virtual learning and remote work. Qualified participants that complete the game earn 1,000 points and will receive AWS promotional credits. Ready to earn your Cloud Champion title? Check out the blog article for your link to jump in. Next, the AWS Disaster Response Team supports customers worldwide in the wake of hurricanes, fires, earthquakes, and disease outbreaks by bringing operational and logistics expertise, as well as cloud technology, to support communities when and where they need it most. In this blog, Maggie Carter, leader of the AWS Disaster Response Team, shares 5 lessons in disaster response. Maggie's learnings, from finding new ways to engage with volunteers to reevaluating your digital front door, can help organizations power through crises. Speaking of business resiliency, how are you adjusting to the new normal? In a white paper from the AWS Institute, we outlined best practices and advice for governments to build resilience and recover from disruption. Around the world, organizations that embrace cloud services are able to be more responsive to the challenges of COVID-19. In the blog, we share examples from customers in the Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia-Pacific regions, as well as advice from the white paper. Read the white paper today via the link in the blog. How are K-12 institutions shifting their mindsets to adapt to evolving staff and student needs? K-12 schools are facing increasing pressure to be flexible in the way they operate and educate. Students in kindergarten to high school vary in both age and skill and needs. Many students and their families rely on their school for services such as food and emotional support. To help, schools and districts are using the cloud. In this post, we share stories and advice to help prepare K-12 for whatever the school year could hold. If you're in the federal defense industry in the US, you're probably thinking about CMMC. CMMC, or the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification, is a new accreditation framework taking effect later this year. CMMC impacts defense contractors, supply chain, solution providers, integrators, and more. In this blog post, 2 AWS compliance experts outline what you need to know and how to plan for this new framework. And check out the breakout session on this topic from the AWS Public Sector Summit online. All content from this online event is now available on demand. 25 breakout sessions can be accessed through the AWS website, and you can catch the keynote presentation and the virtual AWS Deep Racer competition resources. Look below this video for links to dive deeper into any of the stories from this episode of The Brief, and stay connected to all of your cloud news on the AWS Public Sector blog. I'm Layla Nouri, Product Marketing Leader in the Public Sector at AWS, and those are your top public sector stories from June 2020. Thanks for watching The Brief.